what makes it obvious that you keep something that might have been a distraction, but you decide to keep it? What makes that decision happen?
It makes money.
There you go.
That's just
that's
it,
the
man.
simple
ain't nothing
diagram.
wrong with that, man. Yeah.
Makes money, keep.
So 2 years, 3 years, I don't think I've seen much. It was, maybe one like, if that, maybe sometimes no views. But I just, kept on doing it because they don't know you. They can't do business with you.
Hey, how's it going? It's Tim Brown. This is the Hook Better Leads podcast, and today my guest is Troy Anderson from TopDown Roofing. How you doing, brother?
Doing all right, man. Doing all right.
We are here in Dallas for one industry, one model, and you just got done with some Top Golf.
Yeah, went and played some Top Golf. I hit the ball and didn't miss, so
Company Cam put on the event or something?
Yeah, Company Cam did.
John Cenac was there. Seems like that's for roofing, that's star-studded.
Yeah.
Star-studded stuff out here. Troy, you have been basically selling roofs on Facebook for years now. Probably like 5+ years, has it been?
Yeah, probably since 2012. Since 2012 is about when I started posting on Facebook.
And now your businesses are in the multi-millions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have a huge staff though, is that correct?
Yeah, not too huge. In my office, I have my admin, I have my production manager, I have my accountant, I have another finance person, and I think that's...
You don't have a lot of salespeople though?
No,
Okay.
it's just me and one other guy.
And how often, this is what I'm curious about. Two things we're going to talk about today. What's the difference between distraction and innovation? Because I know you have multiple businesses. Or what's the difference between distraction and money? And then also I just want to talk to you about being genuine on Facebook, how you've sold roofs for the past 10 years on Facebook, and what started you on that journey. So let's just go through the different businesses that you have right now.
Okay.
So what is it like 4 or 5 businesses?
I got the TopDown rentals that we do, and that one's doing good.
What do you rent?
So we got 2 Airbnbs.
Okay,
So
very
2
cool.
homes. One of them we're doing, you can rent per room, and then the other one you just rent the whole house out. So we got that. And then we have a TopDown roofing. And then we have an accountant, TopDown accounting, that we're trying to kind of slowly get moving. And then we had a TopDown lawns, but that would be the distraction.
And we're going to talk about what led to that decision. Because I will say, roofers and let's just say entrepreneurs were notorious for pursuing many things at once.
Yep.
You got people in here that are, pursuing a roofing company, and then they've got a software, you've got all these different things, and it's kind of figuring out what's going to actually be money making and what's not, and kind of discarding that quickly, I think. Mm-hmm. But first of all, before we get into the content, I want you to give it up. Troy, this is like you said might be one of your first interviews. Like
yeah, especially with the spotlight and the background, and it's very professional.
Give it up for this guy. Give it up for this guy in the comments. Say what's up. Give some hearts, because it takes a lot of guts to get on a camera, and you've been doing that for years and years and years. And like as far as like selfies on roofs, and just like sharing what you're doing in your life. What were the first few times where you did stuff like that and you saw business come in from it? Was it surprising to you originally?
Yes, it was surprising. And the first time I would say I saw business coming from Facebook was probably back in 15 or 16. So 12, I started. So 2 years, 3 years, I don't think I've seen much. It was, maybe one like, if that, maybe sometimes no views. Mm-hmm. But I just, kept on doing it because they don't know you. They can't do business with you. And
if they don't know you, they can't.
That's right.
Flow you.
Yeah, they can't flow
Uncle
me.
GC, baby.
Yeah, I like Grant Cardone.
We're both GC buddies here.
Yeah, that's right, man.
All right.
I listen to him a lot.
So when you started to get those, what did you see actually got you like a closed deal? Like what did you do on social media that got you a roof?
I think it was just telling people consistency of telling people I'm out here, I'm roofing, call me. I would always throw my number on there, even though friends were like, don't tip, why are you putting your number out? I'm doing it because, I need people to call me. So I think it was just being very consistent, and that's what did it. And then, some friends would start giving me those shares, and they'd start to think, oh, you do roofing, let me give you a call. So I think it was just being consistent. I don't know if it was one particular thing other than just I keep posting what I'm doing, keep doing a selfie every roof, even though I'm sure people would get tired of, oh my gosh, it's another post. But, it's like, if they're mad, maybe they're not the best for me anyway.
That's the thing is like, I think a lot of roofers out there are scared to put themselves out there, let's say. And they think they're annoying people. People think that. But I'm telling you, well, for me, I'm not annoyed by your posts. I'm usually just like, oh yeah, Troy, he's getting it again today. Let's go, Troy.
That's how I feel.
That's how I feel. And if people aren't in that mode with you, really, do you need them?
Yeah, probably not.
There's people from my high school recently that posted on my stuff. I was talking about roofing and these events and stuff like that, and somebody posted all right, well, I played along for a while, but this roofing shit, it's too much, and you're posting too much. And I'm just like, dude, we weren't that good of friends anyways in high school, bro. It's all right. You can block me. You can move on. I'm not mad at you, but don't be mad at me for coming at this game with intensity. Don't be mad at me for trying. There's people out there that are going to be mad at you for trying.
Yeah.
There's people that are too fucking cool to try on the internet.
I totally believe what you're saying, and you should back your friends up. If you want to see them succeed, you don't succeed unless you're out there doing it all the time. Just like you, I follow you, and I enjoy when I see people posting all the time. It doesn't faze me a bit.
Yeah.
I always try to like. Sometimes I won't even see the post, but I'll like it anyway because you got to put out good vibes so that way the universe will give you that back. What you give is what you get. So.
If you truly believe in what you're doing and you want to be the best version of yourself and you want to build a great organization, there's no other place to do that besides the Roofing Academy.
Absolutely. And you got to have hustle buddies in person, but also on the internet. Troy's kind of a hustle buddy because we like each other's stuff. And you should like your friends' stuff. The algorithm likes it, when it sees likes and comments. So always be supporting your friends, your entrepreneurs, and they'll do it back. I think that's kind of like we do that. It's reciprocity. It's good.
Lift each other up.
So you said this landscape business, the lawns, you decided to abandon it. So what is the process that leads you? Because it probably felt like an ego hit a little bit when you decided to not do it as much.
Yeah, because I got a truck wrapped in it.
Yeah.
And, one of my trucks has the, top-down roofing and lawns. And I just decided that I couldn't do it because it would just suck all my energy. And we would I drive 20 miles, or maybe not 20 miles, but I'd drive at least 30 minutes to go do a yard, and I only paid $40.
Yeah.
Because it's a yard, not really big. And my idea was, I can do a whole bunch of yards. They'll let me get on the roof, and I'll get a roof deal out of it, because that was my ninja attack.
Yeah.
Was to go through the lawn to get to the roof.
Yeah.
But it just that ninja attack was not working out because all the driving, little pay. My wife was telling me you shouldn't do this.
Sometimes that ninja attack when you're early doesn't make as much sense later on. You're like, you know what, I have enough roofs. I know what I'm doing. I can get these another way. So what was the other way that you found to get roofs instead of doing lawns?
So the other way, just direct phone calling.
Really?
I got a Chinese restaurant once. I was driving by. I seen the restaurant had some damage. I just called them up, told them what I could do, and I landed the whole restaurant off of a phone call.
Awesome.
Yeah, so do that. Another thing would be door knocking.
You door knock, yeah.
Yeah, man. I started out door knocking. I see nothing wrong with it. I get out there.
I'm very pro door knocking, bro.
Yeah.
I just think that a lot of people, so you're still doing this. What is your rhythm on the week as an entrepreneur that's doing, you've got millions of dollars of revenue on these different businesses. in total. So like, what is your rhythm on the week to be able to get out there and door knock and then still like do the other functions of the business?
So with door knocking, I don't do it as much
Okay.
because I am pretty busy. But my rhythm when I go out, I'll just go out there. I find areas. I use Trace sometimes to because they have a good door knocking app that keeps
Shout out Trace.
Trace. I love
They're
Trace.
a sponsor of the podcast. Excuse me.
Yeah, Trace and
Yeah.
Company Cam. So
Yeah.
I use both of them, but I'll get out there and I'll find the neighborhoods, either just from neighborhoods I've been knocking on since 2011, and I'll just get out there and I'll knock as many as I can, try to get to 60 to 100 doors.
In a day.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
You
So
know,
you are about quantity when you're out.
yeah, as
you'll
far
slow
as
down,
knocking
though, yeah,
doors,
yeah.
quantity. And then, when I'm there, I take my time with the homeowner.
Yeah.
I don't just rush it.
Yeah.
But I just get out there and knock as many as I can and try to make good connection and see if I can help them out if their roof even qualifies for a repair or a full roof. I do repairs too, so I think that helped me too a lot because people would know that I don't just do full roofs, and I do my own repairs too. I started out doing my own work, so I wasn't just a sales guy. Like I get out there and I would work. I'd get dirty and get my hands dirty, and I would video what I'm doing, so people would know that I know more than just how to sell. Like I can physically do the work myself.
How often do you, like in those situations where let's say it's a half a day of work, of repair maybe, when do you, as an entrepreneur that both knows how to do the work and knows your time is valuable in selling, how do you make that decision about whether to do the work yourself or to have somebody else do it?
I just decide like sometimes when I go do the work, it's just because I want to keep showing people that I'm out there and I can do this. And it's fun for me because when you're doing that, you can be away from the phone a little bit, and it's just you and the roof and you're working, and so it kind of really is a stress reliever because I don't have to answer the phone and talk so much. I can just focus on doing my repair, listen to some good music, or a podcast. I'll listen to you sometimes. I'll listen to Grant Cardone, Jen Silver. I'll listen to all kinds of different people up there doing that. I don't do it a lot anymore, repairs, because I can't, or door knock, but I just try to fit it in every now and then. Maybe for repairs, maybe once or twice every month. I'll get out there and try to do some repairs of my own. And then door knocking, since 2 years ago, I've probably only been out door knocking myself now maybe a week, maybe a week, maybe 14 days total. I've got a lot of leads now, you know, just from Facebook, really. It's just from self-generated and friends now. And, we have hip groups in Nashville. You might have them in your city.
I don't know what that is.
So it's like every city. In Nashville, we have like Donaldson, Madison, Rivergate, and they're all within like 50 miles of each other. Like counties, I guess is what it was. So every county has a group in Facebook.
Oh, yeah. This is big, yeah.
Yeah, and there's like 36,000 people in these groups. So I guess I got a good following where my friends will tag me in these groups to get business. And then my job is, when I see that, I immediately need to message them, friend request them, and send them my information. Like, hey, I can do that work. And then,
Do you also like respond and say something for the other people in the thread?
Oh yeah. I'll respond in the thread,
Yeah.
and then after the thread, I go straight to messaging them and friend requesting them, so that way I can, be heard.
I love to hear you doing that because I suggest it to all the roofers constantly, and I think they're skeptical.
Well, you're right. You got to do that.
Yeah, I believe that's like a massive help. And I know it because people refer us in these roofing groups. And so I just do like a nice response that's just like displays that I'm ready and send me a message. And then I usually get like 3 to 5 leads from somebody saying our name a few times in these threads. So like, I don't know what the return rate is in these hip groups, but I wish more people would do that. I mean, not in your area. I don't want them to do that, but not other roofers. I'm saying, but in your area, if you're not in his area, you should get on this.
Yeah, well, we got enough. I'm always welcoming like other roofing friends. I got friends that are roofers or other companies that are with me, and I try to help them out too. Because in the end, there's enough roofs for everybody. There's enough business for everybody. So, and you get further with helping people out, So I try not to be greedy. I used to be greedy. I used to be, hey man, this is my neighborhood. Don't be coming in my neighborhood, But now it's just like, man, the work's here. Help your friend out, Maybe sometimes I won't tell them the whole street that's really good.
Yeah.
But if they're there, I'll give them a pointer because I would want somebody to do it for me,
Tell me more about that. When did that change, and why?
I think it probably changed about a year or two before I started my own company. I don't know, I was more open to just wanting to be more helpful towards other people in my industry. Because I knew how it was when you first started, if you don't know anything, and especially if you're door knocking, and that's already hard and stressful. So and I appreciated anybody that would help me and give me a little bit of time. So I feel like I never want to be the person that can't do that in return, because it just seems like bad mojo if you get so good, then you can't go and do your part and help other people out, so that way everybody can grow.
Today's episode is brought to you by Sales Transformation Group, the #1 sales and transformation platform in the construction industry. If you're looking for new ways to professionalize your sales force and generate more profits for your business, find out more at salestransformationgroup.com/hookagency. So I know that you said top-down accounting isn't as big of a priority right now, but you've got top-down rentals, and that's making you money right now.
Yeah, top-down rentals is definitely doing good.
How do you, for the ones that you keep, because that might have started a little bit as like a side passion project or something, you're starting that way. What makes it obvious that you keep something that might have been a distraction, but you decide to keep it? What makes that decision happen?
It makes money.
There you go.
That's just
that's
it,
the
man.
simple
ain't nothing
diagram.
wrong with that, man. Yeah.
Makes money, keep.
If it makes money, I'm keeping it. And my goal with these rentals was, I wanted to be able to make enough money on rentals where I didn't have to stress out so much with roofing, because roofing is stressful.
Yes.
Probably gonna die 10 years earlier dealing with insurance companies.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I didn't want to I wanted something that can bring another income and not be as stressful. These rentals are stressful too.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money you got to put in to make them nice, but when you get it, and you got to really be very good at, when they contact you about needing it, you got to be Johnny on the spot, and got to call them back and let them know. But when I seen that, when we see income coming in, we realize, we got to devote more. And so we're currently working on our third rental right now that we should be closing hopefully before February. So we've already put money down on it, and so it's a new build. So we're just waiting on the builder to finish it so we can get it. And the goal is 2 houses every year.
How much leverage is there? Like, how many properties can you use the bank's money on before they're like, no?
I'm not really sure. That would be a question for my accountant.
Yeah,
is it? Who's my wife? Yeah. So she's a very big part of me getting where I'm at. Yeah, it's a huge part.
Life hack: marry an accountant.
Yeah, or just marry a woman who wants to push you hard to do better. That's helped me out greatly, because, I would say before I got married, I was nowhere near where I am now. So
what's her name?
Her name is Melanie Anderson.
Melanie.
Her Chinese name is Hui Mi Wong.
Hui Mi Wong.
It took me a while to learn that. I had to write it down. I had to say it and record it. So,
Hui Mi Wong is, if you're watching this, congrats.
Yeah.
You hired a keeper, or you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She married a keeper. Yeah. Not hired, but yeah.
You wifed up.
I wifed a keeper.
You wifed a keeper. There we go.
She married a good guy.
Yeah,
too.
she married a good guy, and just for her, what is the sign of somebody like that that's really pushing you? Like, give her your thanks. Why you really appreciate her?
Yeah, I appreciate it because she, basically made me just get off my butt and stop drinking, because I was drinking a lot, and a lot of us roofers, or maybe even business owners, we do that. So it's a stress reliever. So she helped me to decide I need to quit doing that, and I need to open my own company, because I was just working for a guy, Great guy, phenomenal boss, and I would have kept working for him because I felt bad, like I don't want to quit because, and do my own thing. I feel like I'm cheating on him. It's wrong, which is like, look, you made him a lot of money and you need, it's time. You got to go fly yourself. So she really pushed me to do that. So, anyone that's going to push you to do better is not a nag to me. It's just somebody who, that's who you need to be with. Everybody needs to push themselves to do better, and your life partner should definitely be pushing you to always be better. So
yeah, shout out to my wife as well, because she's always done that. Before I dated women that would always tell me I was good. They'd give me a pat on the backs. They'd say, "Yay, Tim," and then I got with Bia, my current wife. We're about to have our first baby here. She was not as encouraging, to be honest with you. She would encourage me a little bit on certain things, but she would tell me when I was wrong.
yeah,
And she would tell me when I needed to make an improvement, and she was serious. And I think that's part of why I fell in love with her.
very direct.
Yeah, she was direct, and I didn't feel like she was always blowing smoke up my butt. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like some partners will do that, and it's not that. It's not really caring if they don't like push you to get better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. And just always, and that reminds me of my wife a lot. Just not and being Chinese. Chinese people don't encourage people. That's not really a thing. It's just if they're saying anything, it's what you're doing wrong.
Yeah.
Very direct
Yeah.
at that. So that helped. It sounds like your wife's doing the same thing. Like
Yeah.
she's telling you more like what you need to do, and so that's. I mean, obviously it's doing good because I see you doing great. And
Thank you.
So yeah,
Well,
man.
shout out to
shout out to the good
Weimi
women.
Wong.
Weimi Wong.
Weimi
Or we
Wong.
can just go with Melanie now because
Melanie.
she changed it to Melanie because it's so easy for people.
Shout
to
out to
say.
Melanie. Shout out to all the great spouses and partners out there for supporting and challenging us. And we hope to do the same for you
Yeah,
in a way that doesn't get us in too much trouble.
that's right. yeah, that's right. I agree.
But anything else you want to share with the Hook Better Leads podcast audience? Just a bunch of roofers out there on YouTube, and then some of these things will go out as clips on social too.
I would just say follow this man here, watch his walks because he has some knowledge on those morning walks, and just if you're out roofing or whatever, you just continue to you got to let people know what you're doing. You got to get out there, and even if it feels weird, just post what you're doing, throw the selfies with you on your job site, and maybe and then do some lives, and just keep doing it, no matter what. Just try to do a couple a day, and then you just beat that to death, and then eventually some stuff's going to grow. I mean, it will grow if you just get out there and you make those moves. You do the action, the good stuff will happen, but you got to keep doing the action. That's what my advice would be.
Brilliant. I agree 100% with everything he just said. I appreciate you guys for watching this. It's the Hook Better Leads podcast put on by hookagency.com. Go check Troy out on social media and go to topdownroofing.com if you want to get in touch with him.
Yep.
Otherwise, follow us on Hook Agency on social, and talk to you next podcast.
Thank you.
All right, bye.